Grace and peace, family, and welcome to Christian Cultural Center. This is CCC Highlights, your source for all things happening at CCC. Let's get started.
As we continue our Lent experience, make sure you join us for Tuesday night services. Brooklyn campus, we'll see you at 7:30 p.m. Long Island campus, make sure you're here at 8 p.m. And if you can't physically make it in, for the next 2 weeks, we'll be live streaming so you can join us from anywhere. Imagine extended Sunday worship and prayer, plus Bible study. Don't miss this experience.
Parents, we all know you need a break from time to time. So, if you need an escape for a few hours on a Saturday, look no further. Come by our CCC Brooklyn campus on Saturday, April 13th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and hang with other parents who understand the joys and struggles of parenthood. We'll be focusing on conflict resolution. It takes a village to raise a child, so find your village here.
Join our men's ministry this Saturday, April 13th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Spend some time at our Brooklyn campus with like-minded men in fellowship. It's a great time to learn and grow in Christ-centered manhood.
If you aren't already, make sure you start tuning in to A.R. Bernard Ministries on Saturdays and Sundays. Check your local listing for times on Daystar and TBN.
Make sure you're following us on social media. It's the best way to stay up to date on events taking place with our ministries at both our Brooklyn and Long Island campuses. And you always want to visit our website for more information, cccinfo.org. See you next week.
Spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ, helping spiritual seekers become transformed believers, and demonstrating the love and compassion of Christ to the world. Through humanitarian works and social engagement is our mission here at CCC.
The first time Pastor ever used the word stewardship, he said we have a stewardship responsibility over the things that we are given. Even though I never heard it in that way, I automatically understood what it meant. It meant that we were owners of nothing, that we were responsible for all we had that was given to us. Growing up, the topic of money was really not taught to us. I don't even know what a bank account was. I don't know if my mother ever had a bank account. I know that with a little bit of money, she would send me to the store. And there were other times when she would give me what I knew to be food stamps. Growing up, that was my mentality. There were certain things I didn't know, and because I didn't know, I didn't ask. The minute I got my hands on money, I just spent it. Whether I needed some sneakers, I wanted to go out, even if it meant I wouldn't be able to pay rent, or I wouldn't be able to get on the train to go to school. I did that because I had no idea of stewardship over money. I lived that life until my mid to late 20s, till I got saved. Then I met Monique, I met my wife. When we were in courtship, she had given me some money. She wanted to start off our relationship by saving, by putting towards our wedding. And she gave me $1,500. And she said to me, Reggie, I trust you with this money. I know you're gonna make it grow. Well, because I didn't have good stewardship manners, I used that money to pay rent because I was behind on my rent at the time. But with the intention of, putting it back and then making it grow. But I forgot about it, and I continued to exercise poor stewardship until she asked me about it maybe sometime later, and I felt ashamed, and I had to make a shift. I had to make a change. Not only was God showing me that I was responsible for money, but he was also giving me the responsibility of a relationship, of a wife, of a family, of a future. I had to first understand that God, he loves me, and he loves all of me. Because he loves me, he wants to see me prosper in every area of my life, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and financially. Because every time I looked at my debt, I kind of shriveled in fear, and I kind of discounted ever even trying. And so I had to change my faith, I had to change my talk, I had to go back to my notes, to things that Pastor taught. God simply said to me, if you love me, obey me. And then he would give me these instructions on how to get out of debt. Through relationships, financial advisors was giving me counsel, books that I read, and I just began to make calls on certain bills that I owed and made plans on paying them off a bit at a time. And I had to stop being concerned about how long it would take. What it means to be debt-free for me was, first, the joy that I had to be able to tell Monique that I didn't have to pay anything else we were free from that. It feels good to be able to bless people and not be in a position where you say, I can't, because you knew you were disobedient. To anyone out there who may be in a financial situation, stop looking at the size of your problem and look at the size of your God. And if you look at the size of your God, he's gonna increase the size of your faith. Trust God. And that's pretty much how he's changed my life and taking me out of this situation that we call debt.